Today's video is going to be talking about the Aston Origin, and this is kind of my micro review on this particular microphone. There will be a full-fledged, full-bodied 20-minute plus review of this microphone in the future, so if you're interested in that, make sure you subscribe to the channel and we'll get into that one. Of course, you're hearing my voice through the Aston Origin microphone right now. This is a microphone that heralds from the United Kingdom. Take a look at this microphone. This microphone is different. Like, it looks completely different to every other microphone I've ever seen. We've got this beautiful kind of wired mesh here, which works as a pop shield alongside this also kind of honeycomb device. And I believe that's kind of a shock absorption. So if you drop that to the ground, it should take away all that shock and kind of remold itself apparently back in time. It just like sets. And in terms of the microphone itself, all the specs I'm gonna leave on the screen right now for you guys to see. I'm not gonna dive into the whole tech spec of this thing. This is not a geeky review. One thing I've noticed about this particular microphone is it is pretty modern in its sound and its characteristics. It's got a very bright and kind of forward sounding. This is a cardioid microphone. You can't change the polar pickup patterns of this thing. It will just be stuck in cardioid. So this is very much so a vocal microphone for the human voice, spoken word, and the like. If I was to go around the microphone, you will notice that my voice should drop off. So I've been talking to the camera here. The microphone's actually aiming this way towards my voice, about 6 inches away. Let's try it for plosives now before we do the off-axis rejection of this microphone. So pop, 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 pop. How you doing? Pop, pop, pop. Does it pop or not? Okay, I'm gonna move around the microphone. So I'm 90 degrees at the side of the microphone. I'm side addressing it right now, and I'm gonna move around to the back. So now I'm 180 degrees around the back of the microphone. I'm back to the side, and now I'm back to the front of this microphone. Let's check out some of the switches. So we've got on the left side of the microphone, we've got a minus 10 dB and a 0 dB. So we're at 0 dB at the moment, of course. The 10 dB is just gonna drop us down so we can start to use louder instruments. On the second switch, we've got a roll-off switch. It's gonna roll off some of those lows in the voice or the source. And then on the other one, it's kind of keeping it straight. So I'm gonna go through these switches now, play an instrument, and see how it kind of goes. But if you're wearing headphones, I'm gonna give you a countdown because it might click in your ears. Sometimes when you change these switches, they click. Do you know what I mean? So 3, 2, 1, switching it down to 10 dB. So my voice should have dropped quite a bit right now. This is so you can record a kind of louder instrument. So let's grab a trusty harmonica, which I'm not very good at playing, by the way. Told you I'm terrible. 1, 2, 3, and now we're back at 0 decibels. On the second switch, we've got the roll off. So I'm gonna switch that in 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. That's now engaged. So now we should hear that the lower end of my voice should be just like curved off just a little bit. So you won't hear so much of those low textures in my voice. And in 3 seconds, I'm gonna bring it back. 1, 2, 3, and now it's back to how it originally was. I've tried to stay in the same position, and now hopefully you should hear the full spectrum of my voice. I think the last thing we can do with this microphone is just pit it against some other similar microphones with inside the same bracket and maybe some other microphones, and just see where it sits for its value for money, what you kind of get, and its overall sound. So let's place it against some other microphones. You've got a kind of idea of how this microphone has been sounding. Well, let's switch over to another condenser microphone. All right, so now you'll hear me on the Fluid Audio Axis microphone. This microphone is very similarly priced to what the Aston Origin is, but it has a little bit of a different tone to it, doesn't it? I mean, what do you think? Completely different to the Origin, or very, very similar? Hopefully this microphone has kind of ingrained into your ears right now, and we're gonna switch back over to the Aston. Okay, so now we are back on the Aston Origin to give you guys a little bit of a cleanser to the ears so you can get ready for the next microphone. All right then, let's switch on to the next microphone. Okay, so now we are on the SE2300 by SE Electronics. What do you think of this sounding microphone? This microphone goes a little bit more than what the other two microphones go for, but I believe it's not as much now. I think with the price, the way things are changing around, it's not so different to what the other two microphones were priced at. How does this compare to the Aston microphone? Is it a different sounding microphone, or is it very, very similar? Hopefully you've heard this enough so that I can switch back to the Aston mic. Okay, and now we're finally back to the Aston Origin microphone after all those little mini comparisons. So, how does this microphone sit for you guys? Like, does it work for you? Does it not work for you? Make sure you leave a little comment below to tell me how you thought we got on with this first mini microphone review. I'm actually finding it quite difficult to make these short without sounding erratic, sporadic, crazy. I will be doing 2 large comparisons very soon on my channels, on my main channel and on my audio channel. I'll be doing a big, huge comparison of all the microphones I've reviewed to date. I'm going to be doing a remiking where I'll have the microphones very close to a speaker. I'll have them all, the capsules laser lined up, and we'll play a piece of an instrument sound or a song just to see how every single microphone differs in sound. We'll do it for human voice, we'll do it for instrumentation. So if you are interested in that kind of geeky comparison, then make sure you hit subscribe and stay tuned. And I'll also be doing a full comparison. Once again, I'm not remiking, but I'm doing voiceover to specific advertisements and commercials and storybooks and stuff like that. That might be a very long-winded video, but if you're into that, stick around. I'm working on it. It'll be out in the next couple of months. All right then, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.